Alright, let's see if we can turn this around. We finally have not won the draw. Let's at least try to exit this league with a 2-3 run. Can't remember the last time I went 1-4. Uh, yeah, it's been a while. Right, right. What are we looking at here, really? We'll keep it. We have a discard outlet. Let's take these stops off. Alright, Mardu again. Maybe we get to have our revenge. Good answer to Heart here. We don't mind pitching this advanced Stitchwing. Just depending on what our opponent plays, we may pitch an advanced Stitchwing. I think we will. Why not? Get rid of that guy. Rightio, here comes Thalia. It's dangerous to play Fevered Visions. I think we're going to have to. I think we really desire the card advantage. Alright. That's a good one. Ooh, scary. Scary. The deck feels really fragile, like I'm always petering on the edge of just not winning, of dying instead. Okay, it doesn't deal damage to Gideon because of his +1. I forgot about that. Ay. Kozilek's Return's a good one if we can survive. We're not casting it this turn anyway. Is it worth reunioning now? Probably not. We'll just pass the turn back and die to Unlicensed Disintegration. Like all good folk truly do. like all good folk truly do. Right, let's try and work out this Mardu matchup. This is a struggle. Kozak Return's been good for me. Incendiary Flow might just not be necessary. Key the City can go out. Fever Visions aren't good against them. Richard Griff, I don't know if it does enough work, but it's in the deck to trigger these Kozak's Returns again. Maybe I'll go down a Tormenting Voice. We seemed to flood on that effect last time. Fiery Temper isn't exactly the answer that we need. Citrine Scab is definitely pretty weak. I'll shave the zombies like that. And we're just going to... Actually, hold on. Keep the big zombie. Get rid of Guy Reach Sanitarium. Alright, let's run it like that. Still, I mean, if I was going to play this deck more more seriously, I'd probably spend more time. Yeah, we'll keep this, I suppose. I spend a lot more time on these things. I have played the deck a bit, and just, I don't know, nothing feels strong. Nothing it really has feels strong against Mardu. See, I know people bought this in thinking, yeah, okay, Mardu, but I play Mardu in the competitive scene, and this isn't that good. Yeah, you catch a heart maybe, but they probably bought heart. They bought heart out a lot. They know what you're boarding into, and the deck isn't really relying on artifacts as much. It's got a lot of just planeswalkers and artifacts that if you do remove them, it doesn't really matter. Like Walking Ballista and Scrap Heap Scrounger. Alright, yep, we'll top that. That's alright. I think maybe what this little league has showed us though is just the difference between like these sort of strategies versus maybe like the top tier strategies. There's just such a huge it feels insurmountable. Maybe that's a bit melodramatic. It just feels that way. Okay, so we'll take that heart out with the Release of Gremlins. Yeah, and this is just our opponent's just moved into a more of a control shell, like a Planeswalker control sort of deck. So we're not gonna, it's gonna be a struggle to get the value out of these removal spells and things like that we have. Okay, in comes the Gideon. Alright, we have Kozilek's Return to clean up the creatures. We do want to emerge. You want to return this turn as well, pitching the Mountain and the Lightning Axe. So we're going to take some beats here. It's for the greater good though. Just thinking about playing this Mountain. Maybe I should play the Mountain and I pitch the Axe in the K return. If we're going to be emerging, we need a K return effect anyway. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Let's do that. 5 is about the amount of lands you want. About. On comes Advanced Stitchwing with his Amalgamate. English Unmaking. That's actually pretty bad for us. Lucky we drew another one. Yes, we'll trigger the Kozilek's return now. Okay, no unlicensed, which is good. Is it worth blocking the Gideon here? Are we just gonna fly in anyway? If an opponent plays another land, he can block on the ground. I sort of want to guarantee Gideon's, like, I'm gonna kill him, so this gives me a higher chance of killing Gideon. I'm gonna lose to him anyway. So he had unlicensed, so. And it is what it is, unfortunately. So we'll remove Gideon from play. 2, 3, 4. Gonna play a Stitchwing Scab. And a removal spell from our opponent, a Walking Ballista. There are so many things that'll do it. Have to make the block. Kozilek's Return's a nice one. So what I want to do here is, first of all, I'm going to definitely just attack. Let's fake out an LD Fiend by activating this upkeep stop. And then we'll click past it. That's dangerous. The playset of scroungers. Ain't nobody. Ain't nobody out grinding that. Alright. Well, we drew an axe. At least axe kills heart. Might not matter though. Lightning axe at heart. Block the scrounger. You can bring back one scrounger. Oh, ooh, okay. Now we're sort of, yeah, into the realm of Kozilek's return, or you're busting out. Because he brings back Scrounger this turn. I think we're a turn too slow here, from the looks of it. One turn too slow. Unless we can discard 2 cards, yeah. Without Fevered Visions in the deck, being able to keep enough cards in hand to do all these reanimations is really difficult. I think that's where a lot of... I think that's where the red-black zombies really excels. Because it has Scrap Heap Scrounger for returning. So it's not required to be constantly pitching cards. It just sort of, the graveyard sort of feeds on itself a lot more. I would have fired up the Shambling Events as well. I would have gone balls to the wall. Cruel, cruel, cruel world. Alright, well that is probably the worst league I've done in a long time. But, you know, it happens to everyone. And I'm working on something interesting for the new set. I'm working on something interesting in the final weeks of Standard, just to see off this format, which is, you know, I think it's been much better than what people give it credit for. Righto, I think my final thoughts about this Blue-Red Emerge deck is that it's fun when it's doing its thing, but it doesn't do its thing consistently, and it really does lose to itself. A lot of what you're doing feels like it's underpowered in comparison to what other decks are doing, and I don't think the card power individually is strong either. That's where Mardu and Saheeli just have this huge advantage, because all their cards, for the most part, are strong individually, or at least acceptable, like decent individually. I wouldn't call, like, for example, Oath of Chandra the best removal spell, but it's an acceptable removal spell. You know, I wouldn't call something like, I don't know, like Thraben Inspector is really good. I mean, just all the things in Mardu and Saheeli complement each other, whereas in this deck, the two sides of the deck really do complement each other, but it has to be all working together in one big synergy. And it's sort of like, you ask yourself, what's better, a 2-card combo, or in this deck's case, a 3 or 4-card combo? Like it needs a whole hand worth of good stuff to really churn through. Anyway, games were pretty fun. I don't think we were. I mean, the scores look a lot worse than I think the games were. The games were all right. But yeah, if you're looking for something maybe different to play at FNMs, maybe just sick of playing the same old thing, it's worth a shot. Worth having a go at playing this deck. Maybe there's changes you would make. Some versions play Insolent Neonate, get a bit lower to the curve. Personally, I don't think I would play this again moving forward. One of my biggest gripes about the deck is it hasn't really benefited from Kaladesh besides the Cathartic Reunion. Everything else in this deck is basically Innistrad, like Eldritch Moon block deck, and that's just not really the way forward. If you're going to play standard, you got to sort of constantly be updating and moving with the metagame. But definitely a lot of fun. A lot of fun. If you we didn't get a lot of chance to prize Amalgam Swarm our opponents. If you ever have like 2 of these and a Cathartic Rune in your hand, and then like a Zombie Enabler, you really get to go off. Like it's just the deck starts. You constantly grind them out with the amalgams, and that's where a lot of fun is had. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Sorry I lost constantly, but sometimes the good guys got to fall before we can stand back up. Peace.